Alright, so to download, install, and configure Deepseek locally on our machine, we're going to use a software called LM Studio. The first thing you're going to do is click on the first link in the description below and access the Studio website. So here is the website, and LM Studio is software that you can use to discover, download, and run LLMS locally. In other words, run LLMS on your machine. And LM Studio is available for Windows, macOS, and Linux. So the first thing you need to do is download LM Studio onto your machine. So in this case, I'm using macOS with an M series chip. So I'm going to click on download for Mackie. You can download the installer, install it, and open it again. If you want to see all the models available in LM Studio, you can click on this option. This says model catalog, and you'll be able to find all these models. This means that you can download all these models and start using them locally on your machine with LM Studio. Alright, so here is LM Studio. I went ahead, downloaded, and installed LM Studio on my computer. And I hope you did the same. So, as soon as you open LM Studio, you'll go through an initial integration process. Now that I've set up LM Studio, this is the interface you're going to see. And now if you click, you'll find an option that says Discover. So, if you click on that option, Discover, you'll be able to see the list of all the models you can download and set up using LM Studio on your computer. And it includes the Deepseek R1 models distilled at Songkia N.7 BI, Llama 8B. Now, these two are the different types of Deepseek that you can install using LM Studio. And again, just so you know, we're using a distilled version of Deepseek, not the main or original version. So, as you can see, the Deepseek R1 distilled in Llama 8B and the Deepseek R1 distilled in Kin 7B. Alright, and now, as for the system requirements, LM Studio recommends you need to have 16 GB of RAM, but this Mac here, I only have 8 GB and I can still use it. The Deepseek R1 with just 8 GB of RAM. And if you click on any of these models, you'll be able to see what its size is. For example, the Deepseek R1 27B model is 4.68 GB. And this one, which is the Llama 8B, is 4.32 GB. Now, what you need to do is select one of these models between the two and click on it. And you can click on that download option and start downloading the model to your computer via LM Studio. So, it will take some time depending on your internet speed. It can take between 10 to 20 minutes or even up to an hour to download the model. As you can see, we've already downloaded this R1 model on this side, which is in 7B, and you have it here, and I can close it. For now, if I select this one, you'll see an option that says Use in New Chat. So, all I need to do is click on that option to use in New Chat. And now, it should load the Deepseek R1 model here, and I can start using it. And as you can see, the system resource usage is 4 GB of RAM and 0.00% CPU. Now, as you can see, we are using the LM Studio community model of Deepseek R1, which is in 7B. And if you have other models downloaded on your computer, you can select one of them here and start using it too. And now, let's say I click on HI and click Send. Now, the Deepseek model R1, it says that in 7B, it's what's running locally on our machine, and it's responding to our question. As you can see, hello, how can I help you today? Let's say which one, it's the building louder in the world, and I can press enter. And now the Deepseek R1 model, it says that, and as you can see, it's a reasoning model. When it's thinking, you'll find an option that says it's thinking and says, all right, I need to find out what the tallest building in the world is. One where I start. Every time you ask some kind of question to Deepseek R1, it will literally think like a human. It will reason and talk to itself and come to a conclusion. This could be what this user is looking for. We have several options. Which one is more likely that the user asked for? And it will do all the reasoning and thinking. And that gives us a kind of answer. And in this case, my system resources, I only have about 8 GB of RAM, and I'm also running an M1. So it's running pretty slow. So the model might be slow. And as you can see, the thinking process has been completed. And it says that the tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa, located in Dubai. And the best part is that you can literally disconnect the internet and it will still work. For example, let me do this quickly. You can turn off the Wi-Fi here. Now, I don't have access to any internet. I'm going to open a new topic and I can say who the founder is from Apple Inc. I pressed between now. You see, there's no internet connection on my laptop, all good. As you can see, Apple Inc., it was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak. Steve Jobs was the CEO, one of the visionary leaders of the company. All right, there it is. You can also see how many tokens have been used on the right. On this side or the left side, here, 523 tokens, 229 tokens, 244 tokens. And again, you can also upload PDFs, docx, or other types of plain text documents to the model. And you can move on, upload this model, have it in your context, and start chatting with the model too.